Let's speak about from a logical perspective. Wallahi, now I have done my own little research with non-Muslims. And I have asked religious non-Muslims, I'm talking of Christians and Jews and Hindus, etc., naming top pop stars from the music industry. Would you allow your children to listen to this person? Never. Would you allow them this? Never. Would you allow them that? Never. Why? It's dirty, it's immoral, it's filthy, it's degrading, and it's unacceptable. Not in my home. But you're a Christian, I know, not allowed. But you're a Jew, not allowed in my home. But you're a Hindu, never, not with my children. Why? Because the industry is dirty, that's what it is. So people argue, no, there is maybe perhaps, I do agree. Perhaps the duf is permissible within certain limits, Perhaps if you are singing an Islamic song with beautiful meanings, perhaps within limits, there is a certain permissibility. But here I'm speaking of the musical instruments and the music industry, whereby people start shaking.
There is a great difference of opinion as far as the Muslims are concerned, whether music is allowed or not, whether it's permitted or not. But there is no verse in the Quran directly prohibiting music, but there are indications. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Luqman, chapter number 31, verse number 6, it says that among them there are those people who purchase idle tales without knowledge and without meaning, and they mislead the people away from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they ridicule the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the people who will receive a humiliating punishment. So based on this, if you say tafsir, many of the tafasir says that this idle tales without knowledge, without meaning, refers to un-Islamic songs and the musical instruments.
I don't even know what. It comes naturally. They say it's natural. It's not natural. It's shaitan's way of controlling you. You listen to the beat continues. You start tapping your finger, you start moving your head. A little while later, you start moving the top of your body, and a little while later, you start moving the bottom of it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. And the words have become so dirty, my brothers and sisters, that it is a sign of the hour. And people say, nothing wrong. My brother, you have a beard that reaches the ground and you're still bopping. Astaghfirullah. May Allah forgive you and forgive all of us. You cannot do that.
Bukhari, volume number 7, hadith number 5590. The Blessed Prophet said that from among my followers, there will be some people who will make illicit sex, that is adultery and fornication, as well as wearing of silk, drinking intoxicants, and using musical instruments as legal. There will be among my people who will make some things which are illegal, that is adultery, fornication, wearing of silk, having intoxicants, and the playing of musical instruments as legal. Now this hadith, when it says that they will make certain things legal, and we know that intoxicants is haram, we know very well that adultery, fornication is haram, because it is mentioned along with these things which are forbidden, musical instruments are mentioned along with them, it indicates that the Prophet has prohibited them. But some people will make it legal, and we know there are some scholars who today do permit that playing of music instruments is allowed. So this hadith is very clear-cut in saying that musical instruments are haram.
We need to be careful. I want to teach you something very, very beautiful. Why don't you replace that with the Quran? Melodious recitation. Listen to Ra'ad al-Kurdi. Listen to anyone else that you would perhaps like, Sa'ad al-Ghamidi. Beautiful recitals of your choice. Abdul Basit, Abdul Samad, whoever else you like. There will be so many people. Replace it. It's beautiful. It's soothing. Go onto YouTube and check how the non-Muslims reacted to a survey or a little test, an experiment that was done where they were told to listen to this Quran without knowing it's the Quran and comment about it. Wallahi, now in Europe, the test was done recently and a lot of them say, it's so calm, it's so cool, it's so soothing, I feel spiritual. Go and listen to the answers. It's there live for everyone to see. And we Muslims who have the Quran, we are not achieving any soothing, no comfort, no nothing from this. How and why? Surely you can replace it. I would rather be resurrected and arrive in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having known as a person who gave up dirty music for the words of yours, O Allah. I didn't want to listen to all of this. I gave it up. I know there was a debate about halal, haram. I do know the majority of the scholars said it's not permissible. I do know some of them said, okay, within a certain scope it's okay. But remember, those who say within a certain scope it's okay, none of them say that the musical industry of today is permissible. Not even one of them. Remember that. I would rather come in front of Allah and be resurrected as a person who just substituted all of this for the Quran.
But there are other Sahih Hadith which do permit some musical instruments, especially the duff, that is the tambourine. If you read the Hadith of a beloved Prophet Muhammad ﷺ of Sahih Bukhari, volume number 5, Hadith number 4001, where it is said that Muhammad ﷺ, after consummating his marriage, he came and he sat outside along with one of the Sahabas, when two small girls were playing the tambourine, that is the duff, and they were praising that Sahaba, his father, how he died in jihad. And when they started praising the Prophet, they said, don't praise me, you can say what you were saying earlier, indicating that the Prophet did not prohibit them from playing the tambourine. Furthermore, there's a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, volume number 2, hadith number 987, where the Prophet, while he was lying down, his hadith is narrated by Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, she says that two small girls were playing the tambourine and they were singing. When Hazrat Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, the father of Hazrat Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, he comes and he says to them, just stop it. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was sleeping on a cot. He tells to Hazrat Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, that let them do it. These are the days of Eid. He said, let them do it. Furthermore, there's a hadith in Tirmidhi, hadith number 3690, where our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he says that there was a person who approaches the Prophet and tells him that I had vowed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that if you come back victoriously, I will sing and I will play the duff. I will bang the tambourine. The Prophet said, if you have vowed, then do it. If you have not vowed, then don't do it. So these hadith do indicate that musical instrument per se is haram, except for the duff, that is the tambourine. The Prophet did permit it sometimes.